Humongous games this midweek as we play catch-up with some games out in the Championship. Who's going to take advantage and get the big W? We'll take a little look next. Today we're looking forward to a bit of a bonus out of the Championship, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe to keep banging today. All things Championship related, Blackpool Rovers related, world football related. We got it all here, boys, under one roof. Of course, the mighty blue and white taking the midweek off. Of course, looking forward to the weekend's action up against Blackpool, but of course Blackpool are in action, taking on, of course, another nearest and dearest, that is Preston, this coming midweek. We'll take a look at that and more in just a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs, they're the Patreons. Thank you for your love, and of course, behind the scenes, guys, you are kingpins. But of course, let's get the cracking and have a look at it. Of course, how we all got on last weekend, and of course, what's going to happen this midweek. So here we go. Let's take a look at the games. Goodness gracious me. Bournemouth, big win for them, as of course they played catch up as well over Bristol City. 3-2 win for them. Of course, Birmingham, big win for them over West Brom in the Midlands affair there. Called it, lads, called it as well. Blackpool did get spanked by Forest 4-1 in the end. Cardiff also got spanked by Swansea City. Coventry City 2, Blackburn Rovers 2. I remember the 1-0 win. It was an up and down game, roller coaster, definitely. Meanwhile, Derby did get the W over Preston. I called that one as well. Barnsley got a draw against Reading. Meanwhile, Hull City did lose to Huddersfield, which was a shame there. Luton Town 2, or Millwall 2, went with the draw myself. Peterborough got spanked by Middlesbrough, as you do. QPR also got spanked by Fulham 2-0 in the end, and Stoke with the W. Sheffield United 1. I think I did all right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 there. Remember that number. Remember 7. So this is the table as it stands. Let me just double check that this is right. I believe it is right. Yes, it is. Of course, Fulham on 80 points. 8 points clear over Bournemouth, who of course got 5 points clear over Huddersfield. And they got 3 games in hand on Huddersfield. So realistically, Fulham and Bournemouth are going to go up. But who's actually going to go into the playoffs? Rovers at the moment are still with 6, believe it or not. And of course, could be out of it this coming weekend. By the weekend, we could be out of it. Let me just do the math here. So Sheffield United are playing, I believe. So they're playing up against QPR, draw, could probably dent us down that one. QPR win for them. What else do we got going on there? I'm just trying to do the math just to see what would actually get us out of it. So a Forest win could knock us out. A Forest draw could knock us out. Oh, Sheffield United. So anyway, really, it looks like we're going to be out of the playoffs coming at you against Blackpool this weekend. But anyway, of course, down the foot of the table, of course, Peterborough going down there, rooted at the moment. Game in hand on Derby, though. Of course, big win for them. Of course, Barnsley as well. So the last 3 there, of course, within 5 points between Reading and Barnsley. It's tight, but you would think it's between Reading, Barnsley, Derby and Peterborough to go down at the moment, of course. Well, we'll see how it all pans out next time around, of course. Let's take a look out there, guys. What did you guys get doing? We'll beat 7. Oh, we do. We have a couple of show-offs. Eman Hussein and Damon Heaven, of course, 9 and 8 respectively. Max Sangadi, James FC, great. Furious 77, of course, with 7 as well. So well done to all you guys and me for getting 7. What about the Kingpins? Of course, it's Shane O'Donnell running away with it in the mini leaderboard for the second half of the campaign. 95 points for him so far. Let's take a look at, of course, the next round of matches. Here is the link if you want to get involved, get your name in lights. Of course, now these are bonus catch-up games. Of course, we'll take a look at the full fixture list probably around about Thursday. So let's get into it. Kicking all off with Peterborough up against Luton Town. Now, that's, of course, the ABX Stadium. Of course, now these two sides played each other 14 times in 1993. 4 wins of Peterborough, 5 wins of Luton, and 5 draws. Of course, just 1 win and 6 over Peterborough right now, 33% form. Up against Luton Town side, of course, just 1 defeat past 5 for them, 58% form over the last 6. Last time around, Peterborough, it was a 3-1 win for Posh back in August 2018. That was in League 1. The reverse fixture at Kenilworth Road was a 3-1 for Luton back in, of course, August. Of course, Luton picked up a 2-2 draw against Millwall. Of course, Peterborough did lose at home to Middlesbrough last time around. Meanwhile, of course, the odds for this one, Peterborough 60-5 for the ratio 5-2, is to draw 11-10 on is Luton. They are your favourites for this one. Of course, they are in the playoffs, of course, starting this game. And, of course, a win for them. We'll see them do it. I'm going with a draw here, 1-1 in the end. A bit more hope than anything else that they don't break away from the chasing pack. Reading up against Stoke City. Stoke City, bloody hell. Let's take a little look at this one then, shall we? Of course, coming at you as well. That's coming on the Give me a second here. I'm all over the place. Of course, taking place on the 5th of April. That's, of course, tomorrow. Played 26 times in 1994. 9 wins for Reading, 6 wins for Stoke, 11 draws, of course. Just 1 win and 6 for Reading right now. Unbeaten in the last 3. 33% form up against a Swindon Stoke side. Of course, back-to-back wins for them. 50% form over the last 6. 1-2 lost to and drawn 2 over the last 6. Last time around, though, at Reading, it was a 3-0 win for Stoke back in November 2020. The reverse fixture at the Bet365 was a 3-2 win for Stoke back in August. Of course, Reading pick up a draw against Barnsley and unbeaten, of course, now in 3 games. Of course, meanwhile, Stoke, of course, back-to-back wins for them, back-to-back clean sheets as well. The odds on this one, basic odds, even Stevens across the board here. There's no real favourites, of course, and the draw is in the middle as well. I'm back at, of course, a 1-0 win for Stoke here to get themselves a bit of hope and, of course, denting Reading's survival hopes. Next, of course, Middlesbrough up against Fulham, of course, over at the Riverside. Now, these two sides, of course, play each other according to my eyes around about 26 times 2002. 9 wins for Middlesbrough, 10 wins for Fulham, and 7 draws, of course. Just 1 defeat in the past 4 games for Middlesbrough, of course. Unbeaten in the last 3 of the last 4. 58% form. Up against the Fulham side, of course, just 1 defeat by 6. 75% form for them. At the moment, of course, last time at the Riverside, it was a 0-0 draw back in October 2019. The reverse fixture at Craven Cottage was a draw back in August. Of course, Fulham picked up a 2-0 win over QPR last round, and of course, Middlesbrough with a 4-0 win over Peterborough as well. The odds, though, for this one, we have Middlesbrough 12-5 for the 85-4 is your Fulham, and 9-4 is your draw. I'm backing, of course, Fulham to nick it 2-1 win in the end to keep me giving us a bit of hope, potentially heading into the weekend's action, of course. Next, of course, Forest up against Coventry City. Of course, Forest are looking red hot at the moment, aren't they? These two sides played each other 27 times in 1994. 13 wins for Forest, 8 wins for Coventry, and 6 draws. Of course, just 1 defeat past 6 though for Forest right now. 75% form for them. Up against the Coventry side, of course, just 1 win in the last 6. Of course, 33% form. Just 1 defeat past 4 if you want to look at it a different way. Last round over at City Ground was a 2-1 win for Forest back in November 2020. The reverse fixture, of course, 2-1 win for Coventry back in the Rico in August. Of course, Coventry pick up a 2-2 draw against Rovers, and of course, Forest pick up a 4-1 win over Blackpool on the bloody road. Of course, look at the odds for this one then, shall we? We've got Coventry coming at you 30-5 with the rate 20-20 is your Forest. They are red hot favourites, and of course 5-2 is your bloody draw. Back, of course, Forest here to win this one 2-0 win, and again go in the playoffs, and of course looking the real deal as we enter the business end of the season. And West Brom up against Bournemouth, of course, can they dent Bournemouth's hopes? Of course, at the Hawthorns, played each other 11 times 2007, 4 wins apiece and 3 draws. Of course, West Brom though just 1 defeat past 5 for them, 50% form, 1-2 lost 2 and drawn 2 over the last 6. Up against the Bournemouth side, of course, unbeaten in the last 5, 67% form for Scotty Parker's boys. Last round though at West Brom, it was a 1-0 win for the Baggies back in August 2017. The reverse fixture, of course, was a 2-2 draw back in Bournemouth, back in, of course, match day number 1. Bournemouth with a 3-2 win over Bristol City last time around. Of course, Birmingham did beat West Brom last time around, and of course, West Brom's last victory was against Fulham back in, of course, 15th of March. The odds though for this one, we have West Brom 31-20 for the victory, 9-4 is your draw, 50-8 is your Bournemouth on this one. Quite tight across the bookies on this one. I think it's going to be a draw. No, I don't. A 1-0 win for Bournemouth to lose. I'm all over the place. 1-0 win for the Baggies. That's right. To take it to the house. Next up with the North West Crunch Clash Part 1. It is Preston up against Blackpool, of course, coming at you at Deepdale. Now, these two sides played 8 times since 2007. 2 wins for Preston, 3 for Blackpool, and 3 draws, of course. Just 1 win, though, in the last 6 for Preston right now. 42% form for them. Up against the Blackpool side, just 1 defeat past 5 for them. 58% form for them heading into this one. Last time around, though, over at Deepdale, it was a 0-0 draw back in February 2010. Goodness gracious me. Of course, they did play each other the reverse fixture over at the Bloomfield Road back in October. It was a 2-0 win for Blackpool as well. Meanwhile, Blackpool pick up a 4-1 loss against Forest. Of course, Preston did lose to Derby, and of course haven't scored in the last 3 games. Goodness gracious me. The odds though for this one, we have Preston 65 at the victory, 25 is your away win, and of course 9-4 is your bloody draw. I smell a win here for Preston at long last. 1-0 win for them, denting Blackpool's hopes, of course, and bigging up Preston's back into the campaign as well. 1-0 win for them to take the house. Into, of course, Sheffield United up against QP bloody R. Now these two sides, of course, played each other 32 times in 1993. 12 wins for the Blades, 9 wins for the Royals or Rangers or whatever they call them, and of course 11 draws as well. Just 1 defeat in the past, 1 win, sorry, in the last 4 games for Sheffield United. 1-2 lost to and drawn over the last 6. That's 50% form. Up against the QPR side, just 1 win at the last 6. Of course, Mark Warburton is still in charge, going to my eyes. I thought he got fired on the weekend. 17% form for QPR. Last time around though, over at Bramall Lane, it was a 1-0 win for Sheffield United. That was back in January 2019. They got to play each other twice. Goodness gracious me. That was a win for Sheffield Wednesday back in the day. Sheffield United. God, my gosh, man, I'm all over the place. 1-0 win for the Blades last time around in January 2019. Of course, heading into this one, of course, QPR did lose to Fulham 2-0 loss. It was. Meanwhile, of course, Sheffield United with a 1-0 loss against Stoke. Yeah, they do. Of course, back on the 30th of April, they play each other again, this time over in London. Of course, the odds, though, for this one, what do we look at the odds here? We have odds, the 2013 on is your Sheffield United, 14-5 is your, 19-4 is your QPR. Can QPR save their season? 2-1 win for Sheffield United in the end. And, of course, that'll put them in the top 6, I believe, in my eyes. Millwall up against Swansea City. Let's get in the deep end on this one, of course. That'll kick off on Tuesday. That's tomorrow, so getting amongst it nice and early. Played the 14 times, 6, 3 wins for Millwall, 7 wins for Swansea, and 4 draws. Of course, just one defeat though in the past 6 games for Millwall. 58% form up against the Swansea side, of course. Unbeaten the last 3, 58% form for them as well. Last round over at the Den, it was a 3-0 win for Swansea back in April 2021. The reverse fixture in Wales was a 0-0 draw back in September this campaign. Of course, Swansea with the 4-0 win over Cardiff. Back-to-back clean sheets for them. Meanwhile, Millwall picking up a 2-2 draw against Luton on the bloody road. Looking at the odds on this one then, shall we? Millwall 65 for the 13-5 is your Swansea, and 11-5 is your draw. Win here for Millwall puts them right back in the thick of things. Swansea, of course, looking red hot at the moment. Going to go with a 1-1 draw here, right at the middle, point split. And, of course, who knows, of course, what will happen then next on the weekend's action. That's, of course, it. Be sure to get your picks in as well. cut./championship. It is free. Get your name in lights. And, of course, we'll see you midweek for the next ones, of course, which will be for the weekend's action. Rovers back in action against Blackpool. Of course, we'll look forward to that as well. But until then, guys, smash your thumbs up. Please smash your subscribe if you're new. Check out the links down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. And until then, boys, we're done. We're done right now.